probably do that on edits. No, no, you can't do it on
All
edits.
right, sorry about that. So as I was saying, I like whipped butter for like breads and things like that. Things that are fast, but I'm gonna put some butter in my non-stick pan. My husband got me this pan and I love it. I need a cast iron skillet because those are the best, like when you're making like meats and stuff. But because we don't eat like fried stuff at, like, I can't say at all, but very seldom do we eat like fried foods. I didn't really rush to get one, so the non-stick has been working for us. So here we have the Pepperidge Farm Sara Lee, no, well, duh, not Sara Lee, Pepperidge Farm Swirl Raisin Cinnamon Bread. I like to use this to make French toast. And ironically, this piece right here, the end piece, is the best piece with this recipe. So I'm gonna make my husband, how many pieces you want, babe? 3 or 4? 4. Gonna just dip it like so. See the brown in it? My bread out already. These are smaller pieces, so yeah, you might have to eat like 4 or 5 of these.
4 or 5 it is.
4 or 5 it is. 6, 7.
6.
6, 7. I've been trying to learn like a lot of different Asian inspired recipes, like Vietnamese. We went to a Vietnamese market and I got a lot of stuff. I'm so tired of these allergies. A lot of different stuff like glass noodles and sauces and stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna let that cook. Take 2 more pieces out. I don't really have much of a big appetite these days, but I try to, when I have a taste for something, make sure that I eat. So we got a taste for this. And my husband does this thing with the bread, like he takes all the air out of the thing and it keeps it fresh, and you'd be surprised how long it lasts. Here, babe, can you do this for me, please?
Yeah, what you doing?
No, tie it up. And then flip it. Got a little nice little crunch to it a little bit. Not too crunchy, but not too mushy. Some people like their French toast mushy. I like when it has a little bit of crunch and coating to it. And then we're gonna do some fresh strawberries my husband got. And I'm really trying to find my my sharp knife, and I don't know where I put it. I don't feel like pulling out the cutting board and all that stuff. You know how to cut strawberries. These are really nice too. They're just like at that soft and not too soft, just right, and just you can tell they're gonna be sweet. some cheese eggs. A little bit more on that side. That's up there. Want to get this out the way, kind of, so we have more room. You might have to add just a little bit more butter, but the good thing about these pans is if you're making it on the right temperature, you don't really have to. So we got some left over. I'm gonna start cutting the strawberries any way you want. Found some tea that I want to try to make. It's a berry tea. It's good for like your digestive and serves a couple of purposes. So I'm going to try to make some of that with some honey and lemon. Realizing that honey does the same thing as sugar does has helped me transition a little bit from not using sugar for stuff like that. Alrighty, so I should have maybe made 2 more, but it is what it is. We'll save the rest for tomorrow. If you want some more, I'll make some more. So that's the French toast. And we got our whipped cream, ready whipped cream. Pardon me for my sniffles. I have a little bit of allergies from dust and everything. My cat is waiting around like she's gonna eat too. Every morning we wake up to Rosie waking us up to eat. Turn that down a little. And the good thing about these non-stick pans, as soon as you're done using it for one thing, you can just rinse it out and use it for the next. So we got our strawberries done. I might have made a little bit too much of the egg. You can put it in the refrigerator. Our refrigerator is very cold though, so I'll not freeze it, it'll kind of like freeze it and then, you know, make it tomorrow. So these are the teas that I got. I found them on sale. I'm anxious to try it. That and then the red berry. And then I'll drink that. My husband likes tea too as well. Oops. There I go. Messing up everything. Kind of keep all my supplements and stuff over here. And then we've been drinking this. My husband got it. It's very, very nasty. That's how you know it's very, very good for you. So I'll take a teaspoon of that. A tablespoon is really like blah. Alright, so now we got our French toast done. It's a quick meal. Gonna rinse this out. And I want my eggs tasting like cinnamon. Ooh. Burn my damn hand. When we buy a house, I want the biggest kitchen ever. So I can just cook and cook and cook. I'm gonna sit this in here. I don't really want eggs this morning. I really have to be in the mood for scrambled eggs. And if you ever get a shell in your eggs, just wet the tip of your finger, put your finger in, and it'll bring it up. My husband doesn't use salt, so I'm gonna just put some pepper in here. He loves pepper. I don't use milk in my eggs unless I'm trying to stretch it. I don't like the way it tastes either. Alrighty. There's a lot of things that I get when I'm in Pennsylvania that New York, I can't find it here. And one of them is Cooper Sharp cheese. I love Cooper Sharp cheese, but I can't find it in New York to save my life. Could find like American cheese, Swiss cheese. So whenever we're there, we always go to like Bretner's or somewhere, and you know, I don't like the way they did this one because they sliced it too thin. So I've just been using it for like cooking stuff. We made cheesesteaks about a week ago. I was sick, so I didn't get to enjoy it, but my husband did. How were those cheesesteaks, babe?
It was excellent.
Little butter. I'm gonna try to get my husband to try some over easy eggs, not where they're like runny, but like just a different thing, because I think he would enjoy them, but he doesn't like trying new stuff sometimes. He likes the status quo with his eggs and food in general. Rosie, move, because if I fall on camera. Some cheese. I never knew what these were for growing up. They used to just work my nerves. But when you're cooking with non-stick, you want to use something that's not going to scratch the pan and get all those nasty particles in your food. We watched a documentary on a whole town that was infected and then by these particles in these, what was it, babe, pans and stuff. And do you realize that every human basically has this Teflon in their system from these pans? So DuPont, yeah. It was a really good. So make sure that you don't use like metal on these things because it scrapes it all out. Rosie, what are you doing? And then the eggs are done. Not too hard. Some people like their scrambled eggs hard. Some people like them soft. So I kind of like do it in the middle. Alrighty, the eggs are done. And then we are gonna make Big Papa's plate. Goes your French toast. Gonna give him 4 pieces. And then the eggs. I don't put any like sugar or anything on the French toast. My husband said something about getting what was it, the powder? Babe?
What?
The powdered sugar, is that what you were talking about? That we should have got?
What?
No, for the French toast. I said we don't like, you know how some people make strawberries and they add sugar to it to give it like a sweet flavor in case they're not too sweet?
Yeah.
What? I remember you making mention about that powdered sugar.
Right.
That we should have got to put on top. And I wanted to get some pure maple syrup, but my husband doesn't really like it too much. So. And we're out of this. Thank goodness. Alrighty. And then you have your syrup. Yes, I put syrup on my man stuff. Well, we are done. Let's see how this looks. I'll make another thing. Let me see if I can get it. But I'll take a picture of it. I don't know if it's capturing it the way I needed to capture it. So